And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight as we've got another big Eastern Conference game coming your way. While this one doesn't feature teams on the bubble fighting for their playoff lives like what we saw earlier this week, these are two of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, teams that we absolutely know are going to the playoffs. They're both already locked in, but always play great matchups against each other and should be a real fun game tonight between the Boston Bruins and the Carolina Hurricanes. And we've just got two beasts of teams going at it here. Teams that both still have the chance to finish first in their divisions. Boston currently first in their division. Carolina second only to the New York Rangers in the Metro. Teams that are absolutely going to be looking to make deep playoff runs this year and certainly have Stanley Cup aspirations. So it's not a playoff bubble game here. It's two extremely good teams hoping to get themselves playing well, playing right for the playoffs, and then making a deep run. So should be a great game. I hope you guys are ready for it. I know I am. And first time for me doing a Bruins game in quite a while, so it's awesome to be back doing Boston. And again, thank you guys all so much for being here. I want to say hi to as many people in the chat as I can. We got Chippy, John, Derek, Victoria, Canada, Jeremiah, Jay, Joey, Austin, Connor, Heather, E-Cake is here. What is going on? Welcome in, guys. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate it. Got the Bruins Centennial 3rd jersey on. My Hampus Lindholm, number 27. Easier if I do this arm. And we are definitely excited for some hockey here tonight. So appreciate you all being here. Jay's wife says hello too. Hello to Jay's wife. Thank you for watching. Awesome to have you here on the channel. Let's see. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate it. We're really excited to get the puck dropped here between the Bruins and the Hurricanes. They haven't played a lot yet this season. They've only had one of their three matchups so far. Tonight's the second game between them, and then they play again Tuesday night coming up next week. So they get two games in real close proximity to each other here over the next not even a full week. I mean, we're talking Thursday to Tuesday. We're 5 days. They're playing each other twice, so that's a huge one. Let's see. Yo! Starting out Monster Dono again from Heather. Picking up right where she left off last stream. That is unbelievable. $100 dono from Heather, which is incredible. Make sure we get that dono hype in the chat and give a big thank you for all the support to Heather. That is just absolutely insane. Thank you. Unbelievable. Brandon, what is going on? Welcome in. Jason, welcome in. Thank you for being here. We got Red Rubber here. Let's go, Red Rubber. Thank you so much for dropping by. Always awesome to see you. As I believe, have another commercial break. Then they'll do the anthems, and then we'll get into the game here. This is just absolutely nuts here from Heather. Yeah, no problem, Heather. It was awesome to see you streaming, and Capitals played it ended up being a pretty tough game. It was a good first period, but then after that, it was a rough one for the Caps. Yeah, honestly, Jeremiah, honestly, that's crazy. Definitely put that away. Put that away in the bank. That Canadian, what's going on? Welcome in. Avi, welcome in. Always awesome to see you, Avi. Thanks so much for dropping by. Bruins Canes, always an interesting matchup. Carolina usually plays the Bruins really well. It's just one of those teams that Boston struggles with. So let's see. Oh, my mom's in the chat. Hi, Mom. Thanks for watching, dropping by. Let me, what was I was going to look at the season series. What happened the first time these teams played? Carolina beat Boston 3-2 back in January, the first time they played. And then they close out their season series against each other over the next 5 days. They play tonight, then they play Tuesday, and that's it for Bruins Hurricanes matchups, unless they happen to meet in the conference final. But we're not thinking about the conference finals yet. We're a long, long way from that. Obviously, a lot can happen in the playoffs, as we learned last year, and really just learned year in and year out, that nobody actually knows what's going to happen when we actually get to playoff time, because there's going to be some craziness somewhere along the way. There always is. Canada, what's going on? Aries, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Carolina's been off, I think, since Saturday, they said as well. So they had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off. Carolina's well rested. They might be a little rusty too, maybe, because they haven't they haven't played in a number of days. But they're definitely well rested. There should not be an energy problem from the Hurricanes in this one. Let's see. Rangers-Islanders playoff series would be a lot of fun, Aries. I also would love to see if the Flyers get in. I hope we see a Rangers-Flyers playoff series. That would be awesome. But yeah, Rangers-Islanders or Rangers-Flyers, either way, that would be a phenomenal first-round matchup that I would certainly be wanting to watch night in and night out. Oh, it was unbelievable, Jay. Perfect way to start the game. There's so much history, too, between everything that's gone on between the Devils and the Rangers. I mean, that's a natural rivalry to begin with. That's been a rivalry for a long, long time. And then you've got the recent history with the playoffs last year and, the Rempe hit, taking out guys from the Devils earlier in the year. Like that was just building and building and building, and just absolutely awesome, incredible. I'm really mad I wasn't able to watch it happen live, but obviously as soon as I scrolled Twitter, that was the first thing coming up. It was unreal. Shan, what is going on? Micah, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's the first time we had all 5 players on the ice going at the same time in quite a number of years, Aries. So we did have the couple years ago when the whole Tom Wilson, Artemi Panarin thing happened. We did have the Rangers and Capitals open the game with 3 fights off the face-off, but we haven't seen a full 5-burger in quite some time. I'm trying to think, was Vancouver and Calgary back in 2014 the last time we had the full 5-burger with everybody going? I'm trying to remember the last time it was literally all 5. I know we've had some decent line brawls since then, but I can't remember all 5 guys from each team going off the draw like that in quite a while. I know it also happened in the 2013 playoffs between the Senators and the Canadiens, but I mean, we're talking like 2013, 2014, around there the last time that happened, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm missing one. But anyway, we are underway here. Bruins in their own zone. Puck is dropped. Carolina here trying to get a good, strong early shift as Brent Burns walks the blue line, fires one wide of Swayman. Jeremy Swayman's in goal here for Boston. I didn't catch who was down at the other end for Carolina, so we'll have to see when the Bruins eventually get the puck down there, if they ever do. As that's lifted out by Boston, they'll get a line change. Carolina chases back to their end. It's played there by Dmitry Orlov, and I couldn't tell. Is it Anderson? Is it Kochetkov? Here's Aho back up. Bruins spending the entire first few minutes in their own zone here, so not helping me out. Hampus Lindholm throws that one up and out of play. That deflects into the bench, and we're going to get a whistle and a face-off back in the Boston end. So first minute of this game, definitely favoring Carolina. Brantley, what is going on? Welcome in. Duke, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Trying to keep up with everybody in the chat. Yeah, Nashville's definitely making the playoffs. They're playing well. Let's see. Brantley. Ian, what's going on? Welcome. Awesome to have you here. James, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Maroon James is still considered week to week, but he is back practicing, which means he should be in the lineup sooner rather than later. Maybe next week, possibly. I don't have a full timeline on Maroon, but maybe next week, maybe the week after. Hopefully he's in the lineup sooner rather than later and gets some games in before the playoffs. We get a shot there. Sharp angle, shoulder save from Jeremy Swayman there, as now Pastrnak takes the puck. He gains the red line, can't dump it in, loses it to Carolina. Now the Carolina Hurricanes lose it. Here's Brandon Carlo with a shot, and that one's blockered offside. Florida scored already. Okay, I did bet the Florida Panthers tonight, so I know they haven't been playing all that well recently, but they're a team that... Chance here now, Bruins breakaway! It's Marchand, and he scores! Brad Marchand tucks it through Freddie Anderson. It is Anderson in goal for the Hurricanes, and it just squeaked over the line as Marchand went down, and he pulled it to the backhand and just got it through Anderson. It's a lead for the Bruins just over 2 minutes in. The captain with the goal. Wow, that just found a way in. It looked like Anderson made the save. Then it squeaked through Anderson between his legs, it looked like, as Marchand went sliding towards, or by the crease towards the goalie and found its way through. 400 career goals for Brad Marchand. That is 400 career goals for Brad. All right. Mike, what's going on? Welcome in. Awesome to have you here. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. I do not want the Bruins to win the President's Trophy. No, I do not want the Bruins to win the President's Trophy. I hope like Vancouver or somebody wins it. Somebody, Dallas, Vancouver, somebody out west can go win the President's Trophy. I don't want the Bruins to get it. I don't think the Bruins are going to get it because I think the Rangers are going to finish with more points than Boston. So even if the Bruins win their division, I don't think they're going to win the President's Trophy. All right, here we go. Bruins score first. We're back underway. Carolina gets it back in the offensive zone. Boston with not a lot of attack time, but they do score first on Marchand's breakaway. And we are down now 17-12 to go in the first period. Bruins break it out of their zone. They'll head off for a line change. Carolina has to regroup in their own end. Here's Orlov with it. He was a Bruin last year for a short time after the trade deadline. Around it goes, up. Played over, shot there, goes wide. Slavin pinches down, keeps it in. Here's Slavin with a shot. That's stopped by Swayman. Another shot, glove down. Swayman gets a piece of it. Doesn't control, however. Trent Frederick tries to get a pass through the middle. It's poked away, but the Bruins recover. And now they do get it fully out as Frederick carries into the offensive zone. Leaves it for DeBrusque. Gets it back in the corner. Takes it behind the net, but then it rolls off his stick before he can get the pass out in front. Frederick and Burns along the end wall now. Bruins on the forecheck trying to keep it in the attacking zone. Unsuccessful. And Slavin will fire it into the Boston end as Carolina gets a line change. And they're trying to find the puck. It deflected up and out of play, so we'll get a stoppage with 16:01 left here in the first. BC Transportation! Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Awesome to see you in the chat. Riddled, what's going on? Thank you for being here. Really appreciate you. Thanks for coming by. As we got a few other games going on. The Islanders and Blue Jackets are 0-0. Montreal's taken an early lead on the Lightning 1-0. Pittsburgh's up early on Washington. That's a pretty important game as far as the wild card spots are concerned. Pittsburgh up 1-0 there. And Florida up by a couple goals already over Ottawa. So Florida trying to get back on track. They've had a bit of a rough patch recently. Here's the Bruins now into the offensive zone. Behind the net. Played away from Gensel. Bruins forecheck. It's McAvoy down the wall, but they get it past him. Back the other way. Around it goes. Behind the net. Aho in on the forecheck, trying to dig it out. Bruins come away with it, though. Good possession play. Long pass up. Just hopped over David Pasternak's stick as he stretched to stay onside. So close to another breakaway there, but the puck just bounced over. Absolutely, Mike. Absolutely. Everyone thought Boston was going to take a big step back this year. As we get another chance in there, Bruins tuck it. And Anderson squeezes the knees to make the save. Marchand almost had another one. But not able to get that one through the legs as Anderson stops it. Peter, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I completely forgot what I was talking about before that breakaway, or almost breakaway, happened. Around now, up over the line. Oh, yeah, the Bruins being better than expected. Yeah, a lot of people thought the Bruins were going to take a big step back, which would make sense, honestly, with, losing your top two centers and veteran guys that have played for your team forever. You would have thought they would have taken, at least been maybe like a third place team or a wild card one team, something like that. But no, here they are leading the division again in April. It's crazy how they've won as many games as they had, despite, what happened in the offseason with the changes. Another massive dono from Heather. Another hundo. Are you kidding me? This is absolutely insane as the Bruins go 2-on-1. There's a shot from Geeky, but a better glove save from Anderson. Yeah, goaltending. That's the thing. Boston's very good at keeping the puck out of their net. So, when you have the defense in goaltending that keeps the scores, fairly low, then you can make up for losing some forwards that way. And obviously, Charlie Coyle's had a great year. David Pasternak's been unreal. Trent Fredericks stepped up big time this year. Morgan Geeky's had a good year. Pavel Zacha's had a good year. Boston's had some guys really step up and, really produce. James Van Riemsdyk is another guy who's going to be, pushing 40, 50 points. Another guy that has produced from a spot in the lineup that you wouldn't necessarily expect it. As Anderson's got to cover another one, we tick under 14 minutes to go. Bruins continue to lead 1-0, and they're starting to get a little bit of more pressure on in the offensive zone and kind of holding the puck down at that end more than they were in the first few minutes of this game. Grinch, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. We are headed to our first commercial break of this one. Again, just over 6 minutes in, and the Bruins have the lead on Brad Marchand's breakaway goal. Really appreciate everybody watching. Thank you so much. Yes, I did, Heather. Says, this is to bring the Capitals good luck. Go Caps. We'll see if they can come back against Pittsburgh. Still a one-goal game. A lot of time left in that one. We'll see what happens. But thank you so much, Heather. That's absolutely insane. Let's see. Yeah, first commercial break, guys. Thank you again all for being here. Please don't forget, it really helps out a lot if you hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to subscribe and become part of the channel community here, we'd love to have you. I cover all different NHL teams, all different matchups and games throughout the year. I'm a Boston Bruins fan, but I'm a huge hockey fan in general. I watch a lot of other games outside of the Bruins as well. We got playoffs coming up. I will be streaming a bit during the playoffs as well. Pretty normal to how I have been this year. And definitely going to be doing some great playoff streams. And do we just, all come together, chat it up in the chat, try and enjoy hockey and have a good time. So if you want to become part of the group, we'd love to have you here, and hit that subscribe button. Hey, Glenn, thank you so much for subscribing. We just got a new sub here on the channel. Thank you, Glenn. Really appreciate that. We also have a scoring change in the Islanders Blue Jackets game. New York has taken a 1-0 lead. So that is big for the Isles, who are one of those bubble teams fighting for a playoff spot. If Washington loses and the Islanders win, I believe the Islanders can actually jump. Let me double check the standings here before I say something. We're back underway in this game as well as Coyle works it along the wall. The Capitals are 82 points. The Islanders are 81. If the Islanders win and the Capitals lose in regulation, the Islanders can jump the Capitals tonight. So that is a very important game going on between the Isles and the Blue Jackets, as well as the Penguins Capitals game, which is extremely important for both of those teams as well. Again, it's crunch time. Like, this is end of the year, fighting for the playoffs, full on crunch time for these bubble teams right now. Jay, what's going on? It's great to see you. Thank you so much for coming by as McAvoy knocks his man down, gets the puck up to the forwards, and the Bruins are out of the zone. Carolina will chase it back to their own end. Played by Burns. He holds behind the net. Passes off for Slavin as they start to break up ice. The Leafs have not officially clinched yet, Grinch, but we know that the Leafs are going to make the playoffs. Like, they're going to make the playoffs, but they haven't mathematically clinched yet. Round it goes, chip to the middle. There's Pastrnak, gets it through to Zacha. Carlo jumps up into the play. Zacha holds at the blue line, passes back to Pastrnak on the far wall. He takes it down in the corner, looking for a pass in front. Then he tucks one. Oh, what a goal as he flips it over the shoulder. Pastrnak looked like he was going to pass the whole way, cross crease, and then he just turns the wrists and flicks it up and over the shoulder of Anderson. Top shelf. What a beautiful goal from David Pastrnak. And it is 2-0 Boston as they take control here in the first. What a goal. This is such a smart play by David Pastrnak. Like this, if you want to see great hockey, this is great hockey. He takes that puck from the corner, skates towards the net from the corner, makes it look like he's going to pass the entire way. Everybody thinks he's going to pass the puck there. And then all he does is turn his wrists and flick the puck up, and he puts it right under the bar. Right under the bar. A filthy goal. Beautiful play there from Pasta. And the Bruins lead 2-0. That is just great, smart hockey. Making everybody think you're going to do one thing and then doing another. Down in the corner now, in the offensive zone, are the Hurricanes. As they are looking for an answer here. Bruins now out shooting them 7-4 and leading by a couple on the scoreboard. Now, this game is certainly not over. This is far from over. We're not even 10 minutes in. And a 2-goal lead is not a very big lead in, this current era of the NHL. That back in the more, maybe lower scoring trap days, you went up by 2, you played lockdown defense the rest of the way, and the game was over. In today's high scoring NHL, this game is far, far from over. And Carolina is certainly a talented team with a lot of great offensive players that can put the puck in the net. So I'm by no means saying that this game's over or Boston's in, some unbeatable spot at this point, but it's been a very good start for the Bruins. They've got to keep that going. Keep playing that way. 10.5 to go now in the first as Brady Shea holds behind his net. Working it up now through the neutral zone. Backhanded in. Orlov gets it deep. Svechnikov goes in on the forecheck. He pins Carlo. Everyone trying to dig this puck loose now as we got players for both teams working along the wall. Carolina comes away with it. Svechnikov back to the point. There's a shot from Chatfield. That's gloved through traffic by Swayman, who's somehow able to see it. And he covers that one up with 10:04 to go in the first. All right, here we go. Long shot there that goes into the glove of Anderson. We're going to get our second commercial break. Yes, just under 10 minutes left. 9:49 to go in period one. Bruins with a couple goals from two of their biggest players, their most important players, the captain, Brad Marchand, and their best scorer, David Pastrnak. Both have lit the lamp so far in this one and have the Bruins on top early. Still a lot of hockey left to go. So here we are. Thank you guys again for watching. I haven't even opened my iced tea yet, as we finally get this cracked. It's been a fun one. Good game so far. Bruins playing strong on the road, which it's always good to see them come out and have a good road game, especially early on in a road game. That's what you want. Job's good, Mike. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I mean, I've been there. May 15th will be 1 year, so I've been there almost a year now. Just about 11 months. Oh, next week will be 11 months. Yeah, no complaints. I mean, it's a job, but I certainly don't hate it, and learning as much as I can and going to work every day. Thank you, Jeremiah. Yeah, thank you, man. It is a phenomenal jersey. Phenomenal. Hey, John from Dublin, all the way from Ireland. That is awesome. Thank you so much for watching, John. It's great to have you here. Let's see. We're about to drop the puck again as... Yes, Heather's got her Ovechkin jersey on. I've got my Lindholm jersey on. We're both wearing jerseys right now. Here we go. Around it goes. Up and cleared out by the Hurricanes. No icing as McAvoy goes back into his own end. Ducks the hit from Sebastian Aho, and the Bruins try and carry it out. Over to Lindholm, who backhands it up the wall. Chip to the middle. Here comes Boston into the offensive zone. Shot there by Zacha. Gets blocked by Pesce. Bruins get back in on the forecheck. Danton Heinen in the corner. Tries to dig that puck out. Gets a pass over to Pastrnak as they cycle. Heinen to Pastrnak again. Top of the circle. Back across shot. And they score! Danton Heinen, after a great pass from Pasta, puts it home. And it's 3-0 Boston as Heinen, another unsung hero for the Bruins, who has had a great season. He was brought in on a PTO in the offseason. Nobody wanted him. They bring him back after he was gone for a few years. And Heinen has been awesome this year for Boston. He picks up a goal here. Great pass from Pastrnak. And it is 3-0. And Carolina here, not good enough in the defensive zone as Bruins continue to get open in the offensive end. And nobody covering Heinen there as he's able to rip one past the shoulder blocker side of Freddie Anderson. Brought up now, Carlo dumps one. Carolina trying to work it back out. Here's Kuznetsov. DeBrusk pokes it away. It's up into the offensive zone. Martinook's first on it. Can't connect with Natchez. And back the other way. Boston dumps it. 8:40 now to go in the first. Oh my God! Another monster dono from Heather. Oh, this is absolutely insane. Heather, you don't have to keep doing this. I mean, obviously, I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for all your support, but it's really getting absolutely crazy. You don't have to keep putting hundos on the stream. Everybody, please make sure we get a big dono hype in the chat. Thank you so much. Absolutely incredible. Really appreciate it. Here we go now. It's dumped in by Jordan Staal. Under 8 minutes to go. Peak gets knocked down. Carolina comes away with a puck. Looking backdoor shot. Swayman somehow keeps it out. I'll have to see a replay. I don't know how that was not a Hurricanes goal. I don't know, but somehow Jeremy Swayman on the backdoor pass, able to get across and keep it out as Svechnikov across the crease. Jordan Staal had the entire net to shoot at, and he shot it right back into the glove of Jeremy Swayman. Unbelievable. Bardowski, what is going on? Really appreciate you. Welcome in. Well, Heather, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Incredible support, Heather. And yes, I did like your stream on Tuesday. Very good job. Jordan Staal had the whole net to shoot at, and he shoots it right back where Swayman can grab it with the glove. Wow. Talk about a missed opportunity there for the Hurricanes to try and get back in this game. Pastrnak again. Heinen can't get the shot off. Bruins back in on the attack now. 7:20 remaining in the first period. Wow, Penguins up 2-0 now over Washington. Capitals came from pretty far back, worked their way up into a playoff spot, and now are falling back again. Capitals lost to Buffalo was it last night or 2 nights ago? I can't even keep my days straight here. So I think it was Tuesday. They lost to Buffalo Tuesday, and now they're losing 2-0 to the Pens tonight. I mean, couple losses here. Big losses in a playoff race that is so tight. And taken now. Bruins regrouping behind their own net, looking to break it up ice. CL, what's going on? It's great to see you. Thanks so much for coming by. Dominic, welcome in. I'm doing well. How are you? Another one awesome to see in the chat. Thank you for being here. Worked up. Good hit by John Beecher at the red line. Wotherspoon takes the puck. Passes it up to Beecher, and the Bruins are out of the zone. They bring it themselves back in, though, so they can regroup again. As Carlo over to Wotherspoon has a little bit of trouble with it. Heavy forecheck pressure coming here from Carolina. Jack Drury up the wall, chipped past him by Wotherspoon, and the Bruins finally get it out. Couple of players get tied up there. It was Burns and Van Riemsdyk. And we're going to have a fight. Here we go. Jack Drury and John Beecher. They got the gloves off. And Drury trying to spark his team here after an awful start. Beecher more than happy to oblige. They tie up Beecher with an uppercut over the top. Drury trying to come back. He throws a right. Beecher misses with a big right. Then goes down as Drury comes, gets back up, and then they fall to the ice. And a good scrap there from two guys who don't do it a whole lot, but do have a couple fights each this year. It's Beecher for Boston and Drury for the Hurricanes. And a good first period scrap here as the Hurricanes are trying to get themselves into this game. Bruins very happy with the start. We're going to head to our final commercial break. 5:50 to go in the first. Boston up 3-0. And we got our first fight of the night. We'll see if things get chippier as this game goes along. Bruins and Hurricanes have a history. They met in the playoffs a couple times back, was it like 2019? They met in the playoffs again, I think, in 2020. Yeah, they had a couple years where they met in the playoffs, and like there's some Andrei Svechnikov always seems to stir some shit up with the Bruins. On the Bruins side, Charlie McAvoy has a long history of stirring things up with the Hurricanes. Like, these are two teams that they're not in the same division, but there's definitely a little bit of animosity between them. And this game could get spicy. This game could definitely get spicy, especially with these two teams playing again on Tuesday. There's only, they play each other again 5 days later. And, this could be a real fun one tonight. I love seeing Beecher go. I mean, Beecher isn't, your normal fighter. He's certainly not Trent Frederick. But Beecher's willing to go. He's got a couple scraps this year. He had 4 fights down in the AHL with Providence last year. Definitely not what I would call a heavyweight, but showing a willingness to go, which is always great to see in a young player. Yeah, 2022 they lost as they played in the playoffs again as well. And Jack Drury's got a few fights now. I think he's got 2 or 3 fights this year for the Hurricanes now. Carolina doesn't really have anybody that fights a whole lot, but they've got a couple guys that have a few every year. Drury being one of those guys. Yeah. Bruins announcers just said it wasn't quite the Rangers and Devils last night, but it was a good scrap. And we'll get the neutral zone face-off now. Frederick wins it back. Bruins dump it in. 5:45 to go in the first. And around the boards it goes. Boston in on the forecheck. Yeah, Beecher's a great fourth-line center, Avi. I think he's perfect to be your fourth-line center and a good guy to have for face-offs in the penalty kill. I don't know if he's ever going to be much more than that, but he's a very solid fourth-line center. Taken now, chipped out. Orlov back over the line. Hurricanes rush it into the offensive zone. What's Beecher now? Probably like 22-ish sniping Sally. Without looking it up, I don't know off the top of my head. But I think he's somewhere around 22. We got a whistle here so I can look it up. Let's see. John Beecher is 22 years old. I guessed right. So Beecher is 22. He is still young, yes. 5:05 to go here in the first. Bruins with an offensive zone face-off. Carolina wins it defensively, played by Pesce up and out of the zone. Jordan Stahl will chase into the offensive end. He lays a hit in on Andrew Peak. Coyle digs the puck out, though, gets it over to Grzelcyk. Grzelcyk chips it up the boards, and Boston slowly but surely muscles it out of the zone. Carolina steals it neutral ice, carries back in. It's Teravainen. Taken now. Up the boards. Bruins chip it to the middle. Good stretch pass there up to Marchand. Through to Geekie. Boston back on the attack as Geekie cycles it below the goal line. Marchand comes over, lays a hit. Looks like one of the Hurricanes is shaken up. It's Brady Shea. Meanwhile, Pavel Zacha plays the puck down the board, cycles with Marchand. Over now to Pastrnak. Pastrnak lets one rip from the half wall. And Anderson's got to be sharp on that. He smothers it and covers with 4:07 remaining in the first. Bruins up now to 11 shots on goal in this period, and obviously 3 of them have found their way to the back of the net. I believe opening night of the playoffs, John, is going to be April 20th, if I read that correctly. I saw it on Twitter. I believe it's going to be April 20th is the first night of playoffs. Brought up now, here's Danton Heinen into the offensive zone. Pastrnak tries to get it back to Heinen, but it's stolen away. Carolina gets it out. Bruins come back. It's Jesper Boquist. He's got to have his head up at the red line there. He would cut to the middle right along the red line. If he wasn't looking, he could have gotten absolutely derailed by a huge hit, but he was able to sidestep it. Hey, what's going on, Matt? I'm glad that it went well. Get well soon. I hope you're feeling better. Frederik Andersen is in goal for the Canes, Grinch. Up into the offensive zone now. Through to the middle, Van Riemsdyk. Cycles down low for Lauko. Lauko's checked by Jesper Fast. Around it goes here. Lauko gets knocked down. Nason comes away with the puck. He takes a hit along the sideboards. And the Hurricanes get it up ice. Here's Jalen Chatfield jumping into the play. He shoots one blocker, saves Swayman. Moved up now. Played over top of the circle. There's a shot. And another stop by Swayman with the blocker. Bruins take possession back in their own zone. D to D. Up the middle. Chipped out. Hurricanes in the middle of a line change. Bruins get one as well. Natchez carries it back in for Carolina. Cycles it down low. Carlo can't control it. Wotherspoon and Frederick trying to help, but it's back to the point. Long shot gets blocked. Honestly, John, without looking it up, I think it's 40-something, but I'm not 100% sure of the exact number, but I think it's like 40-something goals away. Around it goes now, played up to Geekie. Geekie's out of the zone. Peak jumps up, gains the red line, dumps it in. Rest of the Bruins go off for a line change. Minute and a half remaining here in the first period. Good step up in the neutral zone. Bruins steal the puck back. Here's Peak behind his own net. Over to Grzelcyk. Big hit there at the blue line. Bruins get the puck. Marchand knocked his man down. Here's Zacha now into the offensive zone. Gets it over into the middle for Geekie, who tries to tuck it. Just sent wide. So close from Morgan Geekie there. Another long shot from the point gets fired in, and Anderson makes the save. Boston was just a few inches away from making it 4-0. But that one stays out. Chris, what's going on? Welcome in. Hey, John with the 20. Let's get some donut hype for John in the chat. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. That is awesome. Another dono here on the stream. Really appreciate the support, guys. Thank you so much. Offensive zone draw here for Boston. 1:02 to go in the period. Up 3-0 on the Hurricanes. Carolina trying to get something going in their favor. Danton Heinen hard to the boards along with a Hurricane. That was Slavin. Now the Canes steal it. They get it up. Or excuse me, it was Jarvis, not Slavin. 24, not 74. As Pasta drops one to the point. Long shot there by McAvoy. Deflected by Heinen, but up and over the bar. Here's Pasta again, trying to outskate a couple of Hurricanes. Spins around, fires it in front. It's blocked. Rebound chance through the middle. Anderson's got to cover that as it rolls into the crease area. 22 seconds left to go. The Bruins will get another offensive zone faceoff. I'll tell you what, outside of the first really 2 minutes of the game where Carolina spent a lot of time in the offensive zone, after that, it's been pretty much mostly Boston since then. Bruins have had a great overall first period here and have put themselves in a really, really good spot. Off the draw, Canes dump it out, and they chip it out of play from the neutral zone. So we got another whistle, 14 seconds to go. Here we go now. Final seconds. Carolina gets it into the offensive zone. Move to the middle. Chipped up by DeBrusque. Gets it out. And that is going to do it. Horn sounds. 1 period over. As we have 20 minutes down. 40 minutes of hockey still to go. Heading off to the first intermission here between the Bruins and the Hurricanes. And a great road period for Boston in the first as they outshoot and outscore the Carolina Hurricanes 3-0 after one. Obviously still a lot of game left in this one, but about as good of a first as you could hope for the Bruins. And had a good scrap as well. Nice fight between John Beecher and Jack Drury. Definitely didn't go into this game expecting a fight. I think, more likely when the Bruins play teams like the Panthers or the Flyers or Ottawa or Toronto, somebody like that. But got a good scrap out of that first period as well with Beecher and Drury going at it. So that was just a really fun first period for me, at least as a Bruins fan. I'm sure Canes fans probably aren't too happy with it, but that was a lot of fun for me, and we'll see how the rest of this game goes. But we've got some time now to hang out, chill in the chat, talk for a bit while we wait for the second to begin. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Really appreciate all of your support. And hope you're enjoying this one as much as I am. But yeah, awesome, guys. And please don't forget, thumbs up, help out big time. If you want to subscribe and become part of the community, we'd love to have you. And good night of hockey tonight. More streams coming your way as we close out the regular season. And get ready for playoff action coming later in April. My next live stream, I haven't mentioned this yet. If you haven't, it's in the pinned comment at the top of the chat. But if you haven't seen it yet, it is the Washington Capitals against the Detroit Red Wings on Tuesday night. That's April 9th coming up next week, about 5 days from now. Obviously, given the standings and what's going on with the wild card battle, that is a huge game between two teams right on the bubble. So I don't think I really need to explain the importance of that anymore. We all know how big of a game that is. It's going to be the Capitals and the Red Wings. I mean, just every single point matters right now for both of those teams. So that should be a really fun one on Tuesday. But Garrett's here. Isaac's here. I don't think I've said hello to you guys yet. Thank you so much for being here. Awesome to see you. Joey's going to have a mango here at the intermission. He'll be back. Yeah, this game's definitely not over. We live in a very high-scoring era of the NHL right now. A 3-goal lead is nothing where you can just say, oh, that's it, game's over. There's still 2 periods of hockey to go. Carolina could very easily come out and score 3 goals of their own in the second period like the Bruins did in the first. So this game is by no means over. But very good first for the Bruins so far. All right. Other scores going on. Want to get you guys up to speed on all the other action going on around the NHL that has started so far. We've got the Pittsburgh Penguins up 2-0 on the Washington Capitals. That is very good for Pittsburgh, who's trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, and very bad for Washington, who again is one of those bubble teams that needs every single point that they can get. The Florida Panthers, who have really been struggling recently, are not struggling tonight. They have a 2-0 lead over the Ottawa Senators. They're definitely looking for a big win against a team that they should beat to get themselves back on track. The Tampa Bay Lightning have come back from a goal down to lead 2-1 over the Montreal Canadiens at the end of that first period. And the New York Islanders and Columbus Blue Jackets tied 2-2 at the end of the first period. I bet the over in that game, and I'm starting to be happy that I did, because there was 4 total goals in that first period. As long as I get 2 more goals in that game, I should get the over. So let me just double check and make sure that that was a 5.5. I'm pretty sure that it was set at 5.5. So 2 more goals in that game, and I'll get the over there. That's the only games that have started so far. We got a couple of Central Division battles coming up at 8 Eastern time. Colorado is in Minnesota to take on the Wild, and St. Louis is in Nashville to face the Preds. That St. Louis-Nashville game is pretty important as far as playoff seeding is concerned with the Predators. The Blues are really the only team outside of a playoff spot right now in the West that actually have a shot to maybe move into a playoff spot. I don't think they're going to, but they're still within striking distance points-wise. So that's a big game there. Calgary's playing Winnipeg in Winnipeg. And then the late game tonight, the LA Kings are in San Jose to take on the Sharks. And obviously San Jose's only won 17 games this year, so we know who's expected to win that one. Yeah, I mean, the Caps are in a playoff spot right now. They're certainly not out of it. Obviously, losing tonight doesn't help, but the playoff race is still far from over. Washington's in a playoff spot right now, so they're certainly capable of getting there, but losing to Pittsburgh would not help their case. That's for sure. But the Islanders are in a tied game right now with Columbus, so there's no guarantee that the Islanders are going to win either. So if the Islanders and Capitals both lose, then all that does is bring Pittsburgh closer to both of them. YouTube, what is going on? Duke, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. Appreciate you coming by. Always great to see you. Last time James Frederick dropped the gloves was, I think, a couple weeks ago against the Tampa Bay Lightning. He fought Tanner Jeannot. Best overall speed. Honestly, John, I don't really know who's like the fastest team overall. I'm really not sure. From top to bottom, I mean, like, obviously Edmonton has a lot of fast players, but they also got, like Vinny Desharnais and Sam Carrick, and Corey Perry isn't really fast anymore. I mean, not his fault. He's almost 40, but, they've got some older veterans as well. Obviously, they've got monster speed with McDavid, but, as far as like overall team speed, I don't really know who's the fastest. Maybe Colorado. I think, going off the top of my head, I guess if I had to pick like a overall team speed, I'd probably say Colorado. West playoffs are going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think right now we pretty much know who's making the playoffs and who's not in the West. The Eastern Conference, obviously, this battle with Philly, Washington, the Islanders, the Penguins, the Red Wings, like those 5 teams are all battling for basically 2 spots. There's still a lot left to be determined in the East. In the West, I think it's pretty well set who's going to be in the playoffs and who's not. Let's see. Oh, I bet over 6 goals in the Islanders Blue Jackets game. Over 6. So I could get the push if it lands at 6 goals, I could get the push, but I need over 6, which after 4 goals in the first period, I think it's pretty unlikely that there's not at least 2 more goals in the game. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Yeah, Penguins don't have a great chance because they've got a lot of teams that they have to jump over, which doesn't help. But let's say Pittsburgh wins in regulation tonight. They go to 81 points. Pittsburgh's then at 81 points. Washington's at 82 because if Pittsburgh wins in reg, Washington gets nothing. So then you've got Pittsburgh at 81. You've got Washington at 82. Detroit is not playing tonight, so they stay at 82. Philadelphia is at 83. They're in the 3rd spot in the Metro right now, but Philadelphia's played more games than everybody else. And then you've got what happens with the Islanders, because the Islanders are in a 2-2 game right now with one of the worst teams in the league in Columbus. If the Islanders win tonight, they could jump all the way up into a playoff spot and go to 83 points if they win. If the Islanders lose, they stay at 81, and then Pittsburgh and the Islanders would be tied at 81. Detroit and Washington would be tied at 82, and Philadelphia would still be sitting there at 83. I mean, we're talking about 5 teams all within 3 points of each other battling for 2 spots. It's a crazy playoff race here in the East on these bubble spots with the Metro teams and the Red Wings. I really think it's probably just going to come down to the last couple games of the year for all these teams that we're talking about. And obviously that makes the Washington the Washington Detroit game that I'm covering Tuesday night a massively important game. Also, another incredible dono from Heather, dropping 75 again. Thank you so much, Heather. Really appreciate it. Insane. Yeah, for those particular teams, John, it absolutely is like the playoffs now. It's pretty much win or you're not going to make it for those teams now. 100%. Hey, 420, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, the toughest part for the Penguins is just how many teams they have to jump over. But, again, how many of those teams are playing really well? Like, Detroit's 500 in their last 10. The Islanders are 4-5-1 in their last 10. The Flyers are 2-5-3 in their last 10. It's like Philadelphia is trying to not make the playoffs now. Like, some of these teams are playing pretty lousy right now. So, it's definitely not impossible. Again, I think it's going to really come down to the last, like, 3 or 4 games. Luis, what's going on? I am doing good. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. I am not happy about it, Jay. I don't think it's going to be good because I mean, I've been watching quite a bit of baseball this year since opening day, and I've, as I've gotten older, I've started to get into baseball more, and I've been following, everything with the MLB jerseys, and the MLB jerseys are bad. Like, I know AAU, like 12U AAU teams that have better jerseys than what the MLB players are wearing right now. So that really scares me because now Fanatics is going to be taking over the NHL jerseys. That it's probably going to be really bad. Honestly, I think I'll be very pleasantly surprised if they're not awful, because what's going on with MLB right now is absolutely awful. Yes, Luis. Lightning are up 2-1 over Montreal. Lightning have been playing very well recently. They just beat Toronto, and yeah, last night they beat Toronto. They are 8-1-1 in their last 10 games. They're now up to 91 points. They actually, depending on what the Leafs do to close out the season, they could potentially pass the Leafs for that third spot. They're only 3 points, or 4 points back, excuse me. They're 4 points back right now. Obviously, if they stay hot and Toronto is lousy down the stretch, they could pass them potentially. But the Lightning are certainly going to make the playoffs. They have a 9-point lead over the wild card 2 team. They're definitely making the playoffs, and they're definitely going to be wild card 1 at worst. Adidas's deal is up, Avi. The deal that the NHL had with Adidas is up. This was the last year of it, and they didn't renew they didn't renew a new one. So Fanatics is taking over the jerseys next year, and like I said, I'm not excited about it. Tony, the best line brawl we've seen in the NHL in a long time happened with the Devils and the Rangers last night. Opening face-off, tons of history between those two teams, and some hits that have gone on earlier in the season between them, and just so much build up to it. And they both start the fourth line, all their fighters out there for the opening face-off, full 5-on-5. It was absolutely epic. Haven't seen one like that in quite a while in the NHL. It was awesome. And just good old-fashioned hockey. Two teams that hate each other starting the fourth lines. It was awesome. Yeah, no, Jay, it's very bad. It's very bad. All right, we're going to be starting the second period here. So, middle frame about to begin. Boston taking the 3-0 lead into the second. We'll see if they pick up where they left off and continue to play really well, or if Carolina's got a comeback in them. Second period's about to begin. All right, here we go. Start of 2. Let's see. I'm definitely expecting some pushback here from the Hurricanes. I know how intense a person Rod Brind'Amour is. There is no way he was happy about that first period, and there's no way he didn't go into that locker room at intermission and really give it to the players and say, like, we better wake the hell up, because he's a very intense guy. He was that way as a player. He's that way as a coach. He's not going to like a period like that and just let that fly. I'm sure he had some choice words in the locker room at that intermission. So I am definitely expecting some serious pushback from the Hurricanes in this period. Yes, Tom Wilson is back for the Capitals, John. I believe tonight's his first game back. As the Hurricanes win the draw, we are underway in period number 2. Taken there. Chatfield gets it out for Carolina. They work it through the neutral zone. Bruins chasing their own end. It's Coyle. Up the boards it goes. Moved away. Taken there. Out in front. Wotherspoon knocks it down. Carlo sends it up the boards. Bruins chip it out. They'll come up ice to the blue line, and then Carolina knocks it back the other way. Here's Svechnikov. And that's going to result in an icing here with just about 34 seconds into this period. Hey, John Wilkes Booth, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for dropping by. Good to have you in the chat. Off the draw, Lindholm goes D to D. Cycles it. Heinen with McAvoy. Heinen gets hit. Pastrnak keeps it in. Canes try again to clear. Can't get it out. Heinen keeps it in again. Third time's the charm, and the Canes do carry up ice. Carolina now into the offensive zone. Jordan Staal kept to the outside. Around the wall. Sent back deep below the goal line. Svechnikov gets it away from McAvoy. McAvoy with a hit on Aho. And the Bruins come away with the puck. It's Hampus Lindholm with a long pass out to the neutral zone. Stolen away, though, by the Hurricanes as they carry back in. Bruins back check hard, but can't take possession. Pass Gensel for Jarvis. Jarvis loses it. Puck bouncing around now, and Seth Jarvis comes away with it. Gets it back to Gensel there, who fires a shot, but it's blocked. Chipped off the backhand and out of the zone. Bruins clear. Around it goes. Here's McAvoy. Past everybody. Up into the offensive zone. Bruins on the rush. Top of the circle. Shot. And a good stick there defensively by Brett Pesce to break up that attempt as it flies up into the netting. Out of play, we get a whistle and an offensive zone draw for Boston with 18:14 remaining here in the second. So pretty good, almost 2-minute stretch of play there early in this period, getting things going. Florida's also extended the lead to 3-0 over Ottawa. So Florida really taking care of business tonight. They must be pissed off about how they've been playing recently. Raji Ghost, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Awesome to have you as always. Bruins with a 3-goal lead on the Hurricanes here. Carolina trying to change that and get themselves on the board. That's back to the point. Long shot. Pad save Swayman. Down it goes to the corner. Moved behind the net. Spun back by Martinook. Plays it out to the point. Hurricanes have it. Back down low. Around the boards. Bruins on it. They'll chip it up and they'll get it out to the neutral zone. Carolina's going to try to re-enter. Bruins steal. It's DeBrusk to Frederick. Back now to Peak. Peak up the boards. Chip to the middle. Played by Natchez. Marty Natchez to Nason into the offensive zone. Nason shot blocker saved by Swayman. Puck ripped around in the offensive zone. Beecher with a good stick chips it by Orlov. And back out. Canes have to try again. Here's Chatfield. Passes up, deflected into the offensive end. A lot of A lot of getting the puck into the offensive zone here for Carolina, but Boston doing a good job so far of keeping them around to the outside. We had a chance in front there. Swayman holds the post on Nason with Jesper Fast right on the doorstep as well. A couple of quick chances for the Hurricanes, but Swayman comes up big in goal and keeps it 3-0. Much better start here for Carolina. They've had a lot of zone time. Bruins have kept most of it to the outside, but just you can see Carolina starting to build some momentum for themselves, which I expected here in this second. I did not expect a repeat of the first period. Right off the draw, another shot there for the Hurricanes. Swayman shoulders that one and covers. Carolina now leads in shots on goal. And I believe they have all the shots on goal here so far in the second. Off the face-off, played back. Pesce to Svechnikov. His shot deflects high off glass. Kelly, what is going on? It's great to see you. Thanks so much for coming by. Awesome to have you in the chat as the Bruins try and get this up and out of their zone. Carlo backhands it up the boards. Marchand gets it to the middle. It's played by Wotherspoon. He curls back and makes a possession play. Saratoga, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. That's cleared out all the way down to the red line, and then the Bruins dump it right back. Here's a dump in by the Hurricanes. The Bruins get it, though. McAvoy trying to work it up and out. He falls down. Hurricanes steal, but it's going to be a tripping penalty here against Carolina. That is why McAvoy fell down and turned the puck over, because he got tripped. This is our first power play for either team in this game. There were no minor penalties in the first period that put anybody on a power play. Only the fighting majors to Beecher and Drury. Sebastian Aho goes to the box. He got the stick in the skates there. Oh, that's a bad call. That was not a good call. There was nothing there. McAvoy lost his edge. McAvoy just lost his edge there. It fell down. And I mean, yeah, Aho's stick happened to be down near his legs, but there was absolutely nothing that Aho did that had any effect on McAvoy falling down there. Bruins get a very lucky call there. And they get the first power play of the game now. We'll see if they can take advantage of it. But they are very fortunate to be on the power play right now as Pastrnak spins back over to the blue line. Played by Marchand. Along the wall, here's Coyle. Coyle tucks it in front there. Anderson trying to hold the post. Where is it? It's loose right along the side of the goal. Everybody digs for it, but the Hurricanes keep it out. Bruins looking for another chance. Deflected by Zacha in front, but he couldn't get it on goal. And Carolina finally clears it all the way down. Hey, thank you, James. I appreciate that. I don't know if I'm ever going to be professional, but thank you. I really appreciate that. Brought up now, Zacha into the offensive zone. Rick, what is going on? Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Great to have you. Around it goes. Here's Martinuk shorthanded. He cycles with Teravainen. Played below the goal line. Kane's trying to get something going shorthanded here. 30 seconds left on the penalty. Played up to Pastrnak into the offensive zone. Here's Geeky, backhand, good sliding block there from Slavin. That was a very good defensive play from Jacob Slavin. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Last opportunity here for the Bruins. Hey, thank you, Saratoga. Appreciate it. That would be really fun, Raji Ghost, but I'm probably not on their radar, unfortunately. 5 seconds left here on the Bruins power play. Face-off won by the Hurricanes. Chatfield goes off the glass. The power play's over. We're back now to 5-on-5. Even strength again. Still 3-0 Boston. No scoring yet here in the second period. All the goals in this game came back in the first. Carolina trying to change that. Here's Aho with a chance. Low blocker shot, but Swayman gets a piece of it. Big stop there for Jeremy Swayman. That was one of Carolina's best opportunities of the game. We're down now 13:22 to go in the period. Carolina on the attack in the offensive zone. Playing with some momentum off of the penalty kill. Bruins are able to get it up and out. Here's Lauko. Chase there. Loses his stick. Jarvis loses his stick as he and Lauko kind of have a shoving match with the puck in their skates. Like they were playing the puck and each other at the same time. Kane's with it now through the neutral zone. It's knocked away. Andrew Peeke takes it. Andrew Peeke has been really solid for the Bruins. Like I know he was really bad in Columbus, and the Bruins kind of took a lot of heat when they made that trade. But I mean, as a bottom pair defenseman, Peeke has been pretty damn good as a third pair guy since coming over into the Bruins lineup. Nikhil, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for dropping by. It's always great to see you. Appreciate you being here. Off the draw there. A nice glove save by Anderson. He covers that. And we're going to get our first commercial break now of the second period. Game still 3-0 Boston. 12.5 minutes to go in period number 2. I'm a Bruins fan, Saratoga, so I want Boston to win, but just a big hockey fan in general. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to predict the playoffs, Jay. Who the hell knows? We could see 1 seeds lose to wild card 2s again. We could see a 3 seed end up in the finals. Like who the hell? It's crazy in the playoffs. You never know what's going to happen. I'm not going to even attempt to try and predict what's going to happen come playoff time. I would almost want to be a lower seed going into the playoff series. Especially that first playoff series. I feel like all the pressure is on the high seeds in the first round, like especially in the first round where it's like if you're a 1 seed, you do not want to lose to a wild card 2 team. Like if you're a 1 seed that finishes the year with 116 points and you lose in the first round to a wild card team that finished the year with 90 points, like all the pressure is on those high seeds. So I would almost rather be the low seed in round 1 and like just go out there and just play. Like all the pressure's off. No one expects you to win. Just go out there and play. And I think we see a lot of upsets because of that mindset. Oh yeah, Jay. No doubt about that. There is absolutely nothing like the NHL playoffs. All right, here we go. Cross it goes. Bruins in the offensive zone. Back underway. Second period action. And I think Svechnikov took a penalty here as we got another whistle, and McAvoy is being looked at by the referee. I think it's going to be a high sticking penalty against Andrei Svechnikov. So another power play coming here for the Bruins. They're second of the game. McAvoy's going to the bench to get a towel. I don't see any blood, but we'll see if this is going to be 2 or 4. McAvoy. Oh, lip might be bleeding a little bit there. McAvoy's trying to show the referee that his lip's cut open. It is a 4-minute double minor. Svechnikov draws blood with the high stick. He gets a 4-minute penalty. McAvoy goes to the bench, lip bloodied, blots it with the towel, spits a little blood, and now he's going back out there to quarterback the power play. And it was away from the play. McAvoy and Svechnikov were getting into it a little bit, way back away from the play. And then Svechnikov got the stick up and caught him right in the mouth. So a big chance here for the Bruins with the 4-minute power play to try and really bust this score wide open. Marchand with a hit on Jarvis as the Hurricanes off to a good early start on the kill. Played up now into the offensive zone. Zacha over to Marchand. Marchand to McAvoy. To Pastrnak. Back to Marshy. It explodes off of his stick. Probably San Jose, John, but it comes down to the ping pong balls. I mean, it's like with the draft lottery, it doesn't automatically go to the worst team. So it's probably going to be San Jose. Statistically, they have the highest chance of getting it, but it could be Columbus, it could be Chicago, it could be Anaheim, it could be any of those other bottom teams as well, but most likely going to be the Sharks. Brought up now. Playing it around offensive zone. Bruins finally get set up. Already a minute gone off of this power play. They got 2:47 remaining as they try and work it around. Good defensive play, though, there by Aho. Chips it all the way down, and Carolina's killing it pretty well, just like they did the first power play chance for the Bruins. Around it goes, up the boards, played by Heinen. He keeps it in, down low for DeBrusk. Second power play unit on the ice now for the Bruins. They work it around the attacking zone. Lindholm quarterbacking out high, gets it to the half boards. And DeBrusk loses it. Carolina clears it all the way down. So Bruins a little too lackadaisical here on the power play. Not doing anything with it. Letting Carolina kind of dictate the play here as they kill this one off. Down under 2 minutes to go on the penalty. Another clear for the Hurricanes all the way down. This is not the sense of urgency that you want to see from Boston here. Like they're almost happy. They're almost happy just killing the clock the same way that Carolina's happy with killing the clock right now. A minute 25 remaining on the power plays. We tick past the halfway point of this game. Middle second period, Bruins 3-0, but all the goals coming back in the first. Hurricanes playing better here in the second, just not able to find the back of the net yet. 1:05 left as Lindholm goes back to get it. This is not good power play from the Bruins here. Moved in front. Here's Van Riemsdyk on the backhand shot, and Geeky on the backhand blocker save by Anderson. What's going on, Eagles? Welcome in. That was the best chance the Bruins have had on a power play at all tonight. Right there. So that one gets dumped into the corner. Here comes Frederick and DeBrusk looking to dig the puck loose. Comes right to a Carolina stick, though. It's carried out by Aho. He tries to get around Lindholm. Passes to the middle. Shorthanded chance now for the Hurricanes as they kill some more clock. Down to 15 seconds left on the power play. 8:15 to go here in the second period. And that is going to do it. Boston with the one good opportunity there for Geeky, but other than that, nothing going on the power play. Canes kill off the double minor to Svechnikov. We are back 5-on-5. Played up now, under 8 minutes to go in period 2. It's Jesper Boquist. Boquist cycles it low. Carolina gets to it first in the corner. Up now to Kuznetsov. He gets it out of the zone. Gensel knocked down. Kuznetsov to Gensel in the middle. On the backhand, pass across, shot. And it's blocked up. Golden opportunity there for the Hurricanes, but they can't put it home as the puck gets blocked by the defenseman. Or maybe it did get through to Swayman. Announcers are saying save Swayman. Whatever it was, whether it was a block or a save, it was a huge one there to deny Carolina. Around it goes. 7 minutes to go here in the second. Chatfield's out. Dumped all the way down. Swayman plays it to his D-man Grzelcyk. Pass to the middle for Zacha. Into the offensive zone. Here's Peak. He cycles it around. Pastrnak in on the forecheck. Played across. Taken by Svechnikov. Up to Necas. Marty Necas with it. He spins back, plays it to the point, over now to Pesce, shot through traffic, loose puck in front. Swayman finds the loose puck. And he covers that one up with 6:19 to go. And the Bruins are going to take their first penalty of the game here, as it's going to be a slash. One of the Bruins slashed the stick right out of Andrei Svechnikov's hands. It's going to be Brandon Carlo to the penalty box. And Carlo goes to the box. We go to a commercial break. And Carolina goes to their first power play of the game. I mean, after the Bruins had 3 power plays, you knew that the Hurricanes were going to get one. And they do now, as they get a chance to try and get themselves on the board with the man advantage. So we are late in period number 2 now. Power play coming up for Carolina as they look for their first goal of the game. Really appreciate everybody being here. Other scores going on. Islanders and Blue Jackets are still 2-2. Tampa Bay has doubled up the Canadiens 4-2. Florida 4-0 over Ottawa. In complete control there. Pittsburgh up 3-0 over Washington. Colorado and Minnesota tied up at 1. St. Louis and Nashville tied up at 1. And Calgary has taken a road early lead over Winnipeg 1-0 in that one. Only game on the schedule tonight that has not started yet is LA versus San Jose. That's coming up way later at 10:30 Eastern. Still a couple hours before that game out on the West Coast. So I will certainly be done streaming this game by long before that one starts. So here we go. Power play for the Hurricanes as we're back from the commercial break. We'll see if they can finally get the momentum going in their direction here. That one off glass. Jarvis gets hammered down from behind there by Lindholm. And now Gensel and Marchand are getting into it. There's going to be a boarding call here against Hampus Lindholm for knocking down Seth Jarvis. I think Lindholm now chatting with Aho. telling him Jarvis should probably learn to skate. Marchand still jawing back and forth with Gensel. And this is going to end up being a 5-on-3, it looks like, for the Hurricanes. Talk about a huge chance. It's a cross-checking call here against Hampus Lindholm. He goes to the box, and this is going to be a minute 50 of 5-on-3 time for the Carolina Hurricanes. If there's ever an opportunity for them to score a goal, it is right now. Bruins in a tough situation here. Almost a full 2 minutes of 5-on-3. Graham, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. Off the draw, Hurricanes get possession. They will set up shop in the offensive zone. Burns quarterbacking out high. Top of the circle. Played down low. Taken there. Aho gets one in front for Svechnikov. It's tipped wide. Puck in the corner. Bruins trying to get to it. Out in front. Shot there. Gets blocked by Wotherspoon. He just gets enough of it to keep it from going in on Swayman. Over to Burns now. Top of the circle. Back with Aho. They switch. Aho, bottom of the circle. Back to the top for Jarvis. To Aho again. Jarvis. Carolina with good puck movement. Trying to get something into the middle. 1:05 to go on the 5-on-3. Shot there by Natchez through traffic, and Swayman gets a piece of it and blocks that one up into the netting. We get a whistle. A chance for the Bruins penalty killers to catch their breath. And some good zone time and chances for Carolina, but kept out. Still 57 seconds of 5-on-3 time. 5:15 to go in the period. Off the draw, that one's won back to Brady Shea. And Bruins cannot win a faceoff. It really would do themselves some favors if they could, but Carolina winning these offensive zone draws, putting on a ton of pressure. There's a shot that goes just wide. Peak saves it from the side of the goal. Would have been a tap-in open net on the rebound there for the Hurricanes, but Peak gets a piece of it. Knocked loose again, ends up in front, bouncing there, and Gensel scores on the bouncing puck. It finally found its way over the goaltender as Swayman was sprawled out trying to get a piece of it. Jake Gensel relentlessly batting away until it finally gets behind the goalie. Carolina's got their first goal of the game. Bruins were trying to get that puck out of there, but eventually it was just one too many times, bouncing around right in the crease area, and Jake Gensel able to bat that one home. Swayman trying to recover, all sprawled out. Zacha almost pulled it as well. But it is a goal for the Hurricanes, and it's a 5-on-3 goal, so the regular power play continues. Pass across just hops off of Jarvis's stick. They've still got 25 seconds of power play time. McAvoy shorthanded, though, into the offensive zone. Passes one over for DeBrusk, who takes a hit from Gensel, eats it along the boards to kill some time. Bruins shorthanded now, trying to cut to the middle. It's Coyle, rolls off his stick. 10 seconds left on the Carolina power play. Maybe, just maybe, enough time for one more rush. Svechnikov back to Burns at the point as the clock ticks to 0. Power play's over. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as Lindholm's out of the box. Hurricanes do get one goal, but just the one, as it's now a 3-1 hockey game. Lindholm trying to chip it away from Jarvis. He gets it up and out to Pastrnak. Pastrnak into the offensive zone now. Here's Geekie to Pasta with a shot. That one gets blocked. Carolina dumps it back the other way. 3:35 to go in period number 2. Grzelcyk gets it up to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk pestered by Teravainen. Pesce with a pass to the middle. Here's Jordan Staal over to Teravainen. His shot gets blocked to the corner. Around it goes, back out, top of the circle, down low in the corner, played there. Back to Jordan Staal. Staal gets it over to Pesce, to Staal again. Staal fires one in, easy stick save for Swayman. 3 minutes to go here in period number 2. Carolina trying to build off the power play goal and get another one before the intermission. Staal gets knocked away. Teravainen gets it to the point. Pesce goes D to D with it. It goes back now. 2.5 minutes to go in the second. Long shot. That one gets blocked. Bruins are able to lift it up off glass and out back to the Hurricane zone. .210 now to go here in the second. Pete goes shoulder to shoulder in the corner. And we've got a too many men on the ice penalty coming here against the Bruins. Oh boy. So first it was Carolina with the penalty trouble. Now late in the period it's been Boston. Carolina's going to go back on the power play here with 2:05 to go in the second period. So they'll pretty much finish out the period with a power play unless they score. And Boston with too many men on the ice. Not the time for that if you're the Bruins. It's like they're trying to let Carolina back in the game. We also have now head to our final commercial break of this second period. Thank you guys all for being here. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream and enjoying the game. It's been a good one. Carolina's fighting back here. And they've got an opportunity to make things really interesting for the third period. Yeah, well, Jay, I changed the settings big time to make it so that to be able to chat on the stream, you have to be subscribed to the channel. Like randoms who aren't subscribed aren't allowed to chat until they subscribe to the channel. And that has cut out a lot of the bots in the chat and the spammers in the chat and the trolls coming into the chat like we used to have, you know, 3 years ago. Most of that has been cut out because you've got to be subscribed to be able to chat now. So, I mean, if somebody really wanted to troll or spam, they would have to go through the trouble of subscribing and then doing it. Like, randoms on the internet aren't going to bother. Like, they'll just go find another stream where it's easy to do it, which I made it more difficult for them to try and do shit like that. Because I do remember, it was very annoying back in, 2021, 2022 back then. Like, you were just dealing with it every single night. Thank you, Eagles. Really appreciate that as we are underway here in the second, late in the second on the power play for the Hurricanes as they set up shop in the offensive zone. Played back to Burns. Top of the circle, shot there from Svechnikov, gets blocked up into the netting. My day was okay, Austin. It was kind of a long day today. Bit of a cluster at work. Day did not go as planned at work, so we'll see what tomorrow brings, but it was all right. Minute and a half to go here on this power play. Carolina set up in the offensive zone. On the half wall. Aho looking to make a play back to Burns. Back to Aho to Svechnikov. Svechnikov in on goal. Rebound chance. Gensel and a big pad stop there by Swayman. Another chance here. Svechnikov has it along the wall. Back to the point. Burns over. Back to Svechnikov. He tees one up. That puck was on edge and it flutters up off the high glass. Bruins get to it and clear it all the way down. Oh yeah, Avi. The weather's been brutal, dude. Absolutely brutal this last month or so. So sick of it, man. I want some warm temperatures and sunshine. Like, it's been such a cold spring so far and raining almost every day. 35 seconds left now here in the period. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Rushing up ice are the Hurricanes. Back from their own end. Over the red line. Natchez with speed into the offensive zone. Over to Nason. Nason fires one wide. Back out to the point. Nobody home. Gets by the D all the way back to the Hurricanes' end. Final 10 seconds of the power play. Boston might have actually killed this one. Carolina with one last rush up into the attacking zone. Natchez with it. Power play's over. Final chance for a shot. There's Kuznetsov. Shot gets blocked by Coyle. Can't even get it through to the goaltender. And it is the end of 2. Carolina gets 1 on the 5-on-3, but that is it. Score is now 3-1 Bruins at the end of 2 periods. We've got 20 minutes of hockey left to go, but we are headed to the intermission. We'll have some time to hang out and chill in the chat while we wait for the third to begin. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And we'll hang out now while we wait for the third. But this has turned out to be a pretty good hockey game. Carolina's, definitely had a much better second period than first. And, they got a big goal. They've pulled themselves back into the game. Boston still with the lead, but a big third period coming up. The Hurricanes are going to push hard to try and at least get back even. So we'll see what happens coming up in the third, but should be a fun one. Other games going on, Islanders and Blue Jackets are still tied 2-2. So, of course, a game I bet the over on. They have 4 goals in the first period and then 0 goals in the second period. Of course that happens. Tampa Bay's up 5-2 now over Montreal. They're pouring it on there. Speaking of pouring it on, Florida's up 5-0 over Ottawa. That's a certified blowout now. Pittsburgh continues to lead Washington 3-0. Colorado's taken a lead over Minnesota 2-1. St. Louis and Nashville is still 1-1, and Winnipeg has tied things back up against Calgary 1-1 there. So those are your other games going on right now. I have been a Bruins fan my entire life, Saratoga. My parents, my grandparents, everyone in my family that likes hockey has always been Bruins fans. So I have always been a Bruins fan. Floyd, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for coming by. Really appreciate it. We just went to the second intermission. We're hanging out here, chilling, waiting for the third to begin. All right, I finished my iced tea. While we're at the break here, guys, I'm just going to run to the bathroom quick, get ready for this third period. I won't be gone long, and so please don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in a minute, and then we'll start talking about whatever you guys want until the third begins. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Robert, what is going on? Welcome. Thanks so much for coming by. Also, Tampa Bay has now just made it 6-2 over Montreal. All right. Blowout there. All right. Think all the other scores have stayed the same from the last update. Nope, Winnipeg. Winnipeg has also just taken a lead over Calgary. So Jets go from down 1-0 to up 2-1. That is big for them as they continue trying to battle with Colorado and Dallas for, and even Nashville for seeding in the Western Conference. I am an alarm technician, Robert. I work on alarm systems. Hey, Caroline, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I'm doing well. How are you? Thanks so much for coming by. Hey, what's going on, Eddie? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Always great to see you. Just looking through the box scores here of these other games. Seeing penalties, seeing who scored, all that kind of stuff. Just what's going on around the league. Nice. All right. Oh, we're here, second intermission, waiting for the third. Do the Bruins hold the lead? Does Carolina come back? You know, there's still 20 minutes of hockey to be played, which is quite a lot. It's not like we're down into the final few minutes or anything. Yeah, I think pretty much all these games are intermission now, so there's really nothing changing, nothing happening. My favorite animal, Saratoga? I'd probably have to say a wolf. I think I that's kind of always been since I was a kid. I don't really, that's not a question I really think about much anymore. But ever since I was a kid, I've always loved wolves. I would say a wolf would be my favorite animal. Ugh, all right. That's a decision that should be made during the playoff. Like it depends on how the first two games go. Like I don't I would not say no matter how first two games go, other goalies should start game three. I think it totally depends on how the first two games go. If if you get back to back shutouts in games one and two, you're obviously not breaking the shutout streak to start a different goal. Like it does depend on how the first two games go. Now if you win the first two games, but it's like 5-4 and like there's a lot of goals going in the net, then maybe yeah, you still switch the goalie and try and, see if you can get better goaltending from one or the other. But it I think to just outrightly say that no matter what, you switch goalies for game three, I don't think no, that's not what I would do. I do think it very much depends on how the first two games go. Obviously, if you lose, like you're going to give a different goalie a chance, the other goalie a chance, whether it's Swayman starting and then if he loses, then you go to Olmark, or if Olmark starts and he loses, you go to Swayman. But yeah, like if Swayman starts game one and game two and gives up no goals or gives up one goal and they win like game one 2-0 and game two 4-1, like you're still gonna start Swayman game three until he gives you a reason not to. So yeah, I do not agree with Boston sports radio guy Ryan. No, I don't think it's that clear cut. All right, hopefully this third period is going to be starting soon. I feel like we've been at intermission for a while. I got to imagine that we are pretty close to the start of the third. Oh. Hey, McDobb, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Oh, wow, McDobb, what a pull. That's insane that you got a Bedard. Those are, yeah, that card is worth some money, dude. That card is worth some money. Everybody right now is trying to find Bedards. Oh, da 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 da. Oh, thank you, Grinch. Grinch actually looked it up because, yeah, people were asking about how far away Ovechkin is from Gretzky's record. 46 goals away now. So he's definitely going to get it. It's just a matter of when. So here we are, third period. 3-1, Bruins lead. We'll see what the Hurricanes have in store for this third, if they have a comeback in or if the Bruins are able to hold on top as the Hurricanes carry into the offensive zone. Gensel with a pass across for Kuznetsov, broken up by Frederick. And that's cleared out now by Boston. Canes have to regroup and take it back. Taken now by Orlov, out high, shot through traffic, knocked down, loose puck, chance there. Swayman with a great pad save on Natchez. Wow, a golden early opportunity there for the Hurricanes. Taken up now. Penalty coming up against the Hurricanes. Bruins are going to get another power play chance here, as Bruin got taken down in the neutral zone. Delayed call still on as Carolina finally touches the puck and we get the whistle. It is going to be an early power play here for Boston. Jordan Martinook going to the penalty box, not even a minute and a half into this third. And the Bruins, who have not done very much. Bruins have not done very much with their power play chances in this game. Will get another opportunity here. Played around now. Bruins turn it over. Up into the offensive zone. Shot there, deflected over the net. Bruins get back defensively and regain possession. 20 seconds gone off of the power play. Chance now. Marchand trying to find Zacha there on the doorstep. Not able to get it home. McAvoy keeps it in. Move to the middle. Zacha back to McAvoy over to Pastrnak. Here's Marchand. Marchand across for Pasta. 1:05 to go on the power play. And that's cleared up and out all the way down. Bruins with a little bit more puck possession here in the offensive zone, but still not any real grade A opportunities coming on this power play. Their power play has been way too stagnant tonight. It's not doing a lot. Van Riemsdyk dumps it in. DeBrusk goes. And they clear it out of the zone again. Carolina looking strong on the kill. Every time here that Boston's been on the power play, it's been advantage Hurricanes on the penalty kill. Final 20 seconds. One last chance for the Bruins trying to skate it up ice is DeBrusk. Jake DeBrusk gains center. Passes to Geekie over to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk loses it. Tries to get a pass through to Geekie. Can't. Geekie gets it back, though. Move to the middle. Down low off of Van Riemsdyk. Spin around for Heinen now. He shoots one. That's blocked wide. Power play is over. We're back to 5-a-side. Even strength again as the Hurricanes kill off another one. Down now to 16:20 to go in the third. It's still a 3-1 game. Around it goes, up the boards. Hurricanes keep it worked in the offensive zone. Frederick and Fost have a battle. Cycle down low now. Carlo falls down. Canes move it back out high. Shot there, goes wide. Lauko trying to get to it. He gets knocked down. Jesper Fost comes away with a puck. Here's Stefan Nason. Nason passes back to the point. Over now to Orlov. He spins to his backhand. Gets it over to Chatfield. Chatfield sends it back deep again. Hurricanes extended time now in the offensive zone. And the Bruins ice the puck, so they finally get it cleared out, but it's an icing call. They can't make a line change. They can't call a timeout. 15-16 to go here in the third, and Carolina's pouring on pressure. Hurricanes ice the puck now as that one's fired all the way down. Stretch pass did not connect. 14:45 left in the third. Off the draw, here's Boston now in the offensive zone, trying to get some momentum shifted back in their direction. Pavel Zacha gets it to Pastrnak. Pastrnak has it poked away, but McAvoy pinches down the wall to keep it in the Bruins' favor. He gets checked, though, and loses it. Stolen back now by Boquist, who gets it over to Pastrnak. Pasta cuts to the middle, dodges a couple of hits, then bounces a pass off of a skate, and the Hurricanes are able to clear it out, they'll get a much-needed line change. Bruins dump it in again. Yeah, Chris, they had a really good first period, and it hasn't been nearly as good since then. They're just kind of hanging on, Chris. They're not bringing the play to the Hurricanes anymore. They're just kind of happy to watch that clock bleed down, which it's not bleeding down fast enough for the Bruins. That could come back and bite them. They really could use another goal. As it's taken now by Boston, up over the red line. Here comes Geeky into the offensive zone. Gets a pass through the middle. Sticked aside there by Anderson. Jarvis now gets chased by Carlo. They go shoulder to shoulder. Bruins trying to work the puck up and out of the zone. Not able to get that one past Aho. And then it ends up in the bench as that goes out of play. And we get a whistle, our first commercial break of the third. 13:04 to go here in the final frame. Score is the same as how we started this period. 3-1, Bruins with the lead. But Bruins laying back a little bit too much here. Not really bringing the play to the Hurricanes the way you would hope. I would love to see Boston get one more goal. I don't think they can just sit back and play defense this way for the next 13 minutes. They've got to get another goal. Yeah, Isaac Swayman had been struggling recently. His last few weeks have not been that good. Olmark has definitely been the better goalie the last few weeks. This is really good to see. This is really good to see from Jeremy Swayman. This has definitely been his best game in quite some time in goal for the Bruins. And Boston needs Swayman to be at his best. So, this has certainly been an encouraging night for him. Another icing here against the Bruins. Man, I do not like this sit back and... I do not like this sit back and play defense game from the Bruins where it's like they're just trying to survive the next 13 minutes. Like, they're not actually out there playing hockey, and they're not actually out there trying to add anything else to their lead. It's like they're just trying to survive for the next 13 minutes and keep this game 3-1, which more often than not, you're not going to hold a lead that way. No icing here. Orlov gets it away from Boquist. 12:20 to go here in the third, and guess who has the puck again? The Carolina Hurricanes. Bruins steal it back. Here's Danton Heinen. Plays it up the wall. Turned over. Carolina gets it back. This is way too much. Just sit down and try and bleed the clock from the Bruins. Ooh, referee goes down in a collision there. Gets back to his skates. Lindholm along the wall. Zacha comes in, steals the puck, and that'll give the Bruins a chance to clear it out. Now it's McAvoy to Heinen, and Heinen chips it into the Hurricanes bench. Again, Bruins can't get it into the offensive zone. They have no sustained possession. They're letting Carolina completely dictate the control of the game here. More often than not, it's not a winning strategy. Taken now. Beecher and Stahl. Stahl's going to get kicked out of the dot. Martinook comes in to take it. And Beecher wins it back against the non-center Jordan Martinook. Bruins dump it in. Hurricanes dump it right back out. Again, nothing sustained for Boston. Wotherspoon sends it around the wall. Hurricanes first on it. Bruins can't clear their zone. Second chance now. Here's Lauko. He does clear the zone. Dumps it in. No icing as Chatfield goes back. Around now. Taken by Beecher. Played by Chatfield up to Stahl. Teravainen to Martinook. Martinook now shoved by Carlo. Bruins steal the puck back and they'll get it up and out of the zone. And Marchand's ahead of the play, so they got to tag up to get onside. They were offsides there. That allows Brady Shea a free breakout. Brought up now. Carolina back into the attacking zone. Jarvis's backhand deflects off of a stick. High off glass. Ends up in the corner. Moved up over the line. Marchand into the offensive zone. He fires one in on Anderson, who makes the save. Puck along the boards. Marchand gets it back. Rims it to the near side. Carolina chips it past McAvoy. And Sebastian Aho clears it out of the zone. 10:15 to go here in the third period. Still a 2-goal lead for the Bruins. Hurricanes with a long shot from the point, easily padded to the sidewall by Swayman. Around it goes. Taken over the red line. Lifted up. Dumped in. Under 10 minutes. So less than half a period remaining. Carolina's now going to be pushing hard for some offense, and the Bruins, I still think, could really use another goal because Carolina is still within striking distance, especially if they get one in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Around it goes to Kuznetsov. Down low for Natchez. Out in front. That one's tipped away from Gensel. Canes keep it in the attacking end, though. Redirection from the slot. And a save there by Swayman as he grabs it with the glove and covers. So we'll go to another commercial break. 9:27 left in the third. And a quick stoppage here, and then we'll get back into the action. Bruins still up 3-1. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Please don't forget, it really means a lot and helps a lot if you can hit that thumbs up button. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel and become part of the community here, we would love to have you. I cover all different NHL games throughout the season and throughout the playoffs, different matchups. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. So it's turned out to be a pretty good game. It looked like we were headed for blowout territory after that first period, but Boston kind of has taken their foot off the gas a little bit. Carolina's battled back really hard and at least made a game of it to the point where they're still within striking distance in the third period. So it's turned out to be a pretty good one. Bruins still up by a couple, though, as we get down towards the final, 8 or so minutes here. Whoops. I'm dropping stuff over here. Whoops. My day's been okay. Yeah, I mean, Boston is playing pretty well in the defensive zone, Isaac. I 100% agree with that. They're not allowing a lot of shots on goal. They're not allowing high-quality chances very often to Carolina. I just think they're spending too much time in their own zone. Like, eventually, the Hurricanes are going to break through. Eventually, they're too good of a team not to. I'd like to see Boston kind of push back a little bit and maybe spend some time down at the other end of the ice. But Boston is playing well defensively, and Jeremy Swayman's been extremely good in goal tonight. Extremely good. Here are the Hurricanes again, set back up in the offensive zone. Bruins trying to clear it out. Battle for it along the boards. McAvoy gets it up, and Bruins clears. Beecher gets it out. Here's Trent Frederick waiting for some help. Spins off of a check, just works it down the boards. Has Orlov all over him. Cycles it to the corner. Carolina will get to the puck first, and they'll clear it back the other way. Nice step up in the neutral zone by Peak. Then Peak takes a hit from Fost. Chatfield with it now. He's run to the wall by DeBrusk, but keeps possession of the puck. Gets it in front there. Chance Swayman with a save. Loose puck, rebound, Swayman with another one, loose puck again, and Swayman keeps it out. Now Peak and Fost get into it. Nason in there with Frederick as well as the referees quickly break things up here. And a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. There has not been much of that at all in this game. But it dies down very quickly as nobody wants to take a penalty right now. Close game, late third period. Nobody wants to take a penalty, so it's a little pushing back and forth, and then it dies right down. 8.5 now to go here in the third. Offensive zone draw for the Hurricanes. They win the face-off back into the middle. Here's a long shot from Gensel. That's gloved by Swayman. And it will be another face-off coming up for the Hurricanes in the offensive zone. Brian, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Awesome to see you. Off the face-off, the Bruins actually win a face-off this time. So they'll try and break out now as Lindholm goes up the wall. Played to the middle, red line. And guess what? Turned over. Hurricanes trying to go back the other way now. Jarvis ducks a hit, gets it to Aho. Lindholm breaks up the centering pass. Very important defensive play there by Hampus Lindholm. Marchand comes away with the puck and can dump it in. Coyle on it in the corner. Away from Shea. Here's Geeky. Yoshi Bros, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. Sebastian Aho to the middle there for Seth Jarvis. He rips one high and wide. And the Bruins flip it out. Doesn't look like it, Yoshi Bros. It's setting up more to be Florida versus Toronto, but things can still change. There's enough back and forth. There's enough time left for back and forth. We'll see what happens. It's still possible, but I mean, Bruins could play the Lightning. Bruins could play the Leafs. Leafs could play potentially Florida or Boston. Like we don't know yet what's going to happen. Hey, what's going on, Gretchen? Thank you for stopping in. Really appreciate it. 7:12 to go here in the third, and Anderson gloved that one. We'll get another face-off. Play very defensive and choppy right now. Lots of just dumping the puck back and forth, into the zone, out of the zone. Very choppy. As that one ends up in the corner. 7 minutes to go. Bruins have it in the attacking end. Not for very long, though, as Carolina clears it out. Pastrnak moves it to the middle now. Here's Pavel Zacha. Zacha with a drop pass for Heinen. Trying to get it back to Zacha there, but they can't connect. Now the Hurricanes with it. As they go end to end, Drury dumps it in. Swayman comes out of the net to play it. Gets it up the wing. Played along the boards, and Pasta clears for Boston. He'll skate it, then dump one right in on Anderson from the center ice line. And the Bruins back in their own zone now. Can't wait till he's finally healthy, Brian. He hasn't played a game yet for us. Yeah, he'll be obviously slotting in on the fourth line when he is in the lineup. I don't think he's going to be a guy that plays every single game. I think they'll probably pick their spots with him. Like if a playoff series gets nasty, then he'll come in. If they're playing a rival team, he'll be in the lineup. If they're playing someone who's not really a rival, he probably won't. Like he'll be a fourth line guy, but I'd want to see him at least play a couple games before the end of the season. He hasn't played at all for us because of he's still out injured. Aho with it now. 5.5 minutes to go. There's Gensel with a shot, and Swayman with the blocker save. Another chance, but that one gets blocked by the Bruins D, and they can get it up and out of the zone. Taken now. Boquist gets muscled at the blue line. Frederick helps him out. Gets it through to DeBrusk, who's stopped by Anderson's pad. 5:05 to go now in the third. Stolen by Frederick. And both teams get line changes as Carolina regroups with the puck. 5 minutes to go. We are certainly down into crunch time now as Carolina's into desperation mode for some offense. Bruins with it. Here's Charlie Coyle looking for the 2-on-1 shot. Anderson with the save. Boston's best chance in a long time. Boston's best chance in a long time there for Coyle. But Anderson comes up with the big save. Now the Bruins ice the puck with 4.5 minutes to go. Game still 3-1 in favor of Boston. Nice to see the Bruins finally get into the offensive zone there and get a good scoring opportunity. Coyle ripped a nice shot. It was just good goaltending from Freddie Anderson. Around it goes, along the wall. Coyle backhands it out. Canes have to regroup in their own end. Dumped in there, Slavin. Up it goes. Played off the glass. All the way back to the Carolina zone. No icing. Burns plays it away. Taken now by Kuznetsov. Into the attacking zone. Marty Necas out there with Gensel and Kuznetsov. Trying to work it down low. Cycle game going with 3:40 left to go in the third. Bruins look to break it up. Move to the middle. Grzelcyk kills some time with his legs and then gains the red line and dumps it all the way down. 3.5 left here in the period. Yeah, no, Avi, you're 100% right about the Hurricanes offense. It is very inconsistent. Like, Carolina, it seems like either they score 5 goals or they score 1 goal. Like, there's not a lot of in-between, it seems, with the Hurricanes. Like, they're very inconsistent, and they either put up a huge number offensively, like 5 or 6, or they barely score anything like tonight. What's going on, Avatar? Welcome in. Thanks so much for dropping by. Just in time to see the finish of this one. We're under 3 minutes to go. Bruins still holding on to the 2-goal lead as that puck deflects up and into the bench. 2:46 exactly remaining. Neutral zone face-off on the way when we come back from our final commercial break of this one. We'll see if the Bruins can hang on and keep this lead or if Carolina's got a miraculous comeback in them. Gonna come right down to the wire. Yep, that's true, Isaac. Yep. Oh, Avatar's got a funny story. Oh, boy. We're coming back from the commercial break now. Face-off is going to be right at center ice. Off the draw. Face-off won by the Bruins. They dump it all the way down, but it's icing. So that's now going to come down to the Boston zone with 2:40 to go. And with the face-off coming down to the Bruins' end, guess who's coming out of the net? Frederik Andersen to the bench. Empty net for the extra attacker coming on. Under 3 minutes left, and the Hurricanes are going all out now with the extra skater. Oh, geez, Avatar, that sucks. At least it didn't hurt. That's good, but that is pretty funny, and that sucks to get attacked by geese. So here we go. 2.5 minutes remaining. Back into the offensive zone. Played there, deflected by the Hurricanes. McAvoy not able to get to it in the corner. Carolina has possession. They need 2 goals. Shot there just goes wide. Lindholm opens up some space, throws it all the way down, and he scores! Are you kidding me? Hampus Lindholm from his own zone finds a way to hit the open net. What a wild, 160-foot goal there from Hampus Lindholm with pressure on him, too. That is not an easy, accurate shot to make. From the hash marks along his own half wall, he finds the open net. Incredible touch from Hampus Lindholm. Boston gets that 4th goal that they needed, and it is 4-1. So the empty net does not pay off for Carolina. I mean, they really had no choice at that point. They were down by 2 goals. But Bruins able to hit the empty netter with a beautiful Hail Mary from Hampus Lindholm there. And it's now 4-1. Carolina back with it now in the offensive zone. Spin around shot gets blocked. Chatfield on it. Ends up in the corner. Carlo chases him. Worked out now to Drury. He fires one above the ref's head in the corner, high off the glass. 1:25 remaining in the 3rd period. Nason on the doorstep, checked there by Peak, and the Bruins clear it all the way down. So we get a stoppage here and a faceoff coming back in the Boston zone, but I think it's Carolina's run out of time here, down by 3. It's going to be anything now would be too little, too late. 1:14 remaining. Boston has this game in hand, barring some sort of epic collapse. Lauko wins the race to beat out the icing, takes the puck in the corner. He gets checked along the wall. Turned over now to Boquist, who fires a shot. Andersen with the save. 55 seconds to go in the 3rd. Yeah, definitely, Jeremiah. Definitely. That was a beautiful empty netter. I don't know how he picked the net from that far away. But a perfect shot there from Lindholm into the open cage at the complete opposite end of the ice. So that ends up behind. Oh, big hit in on the forecheck there by one of the Hurricanes. Back the other way, though. Here comes Boston. Breakaway in. It's Boquist. Tucks it in. Andersen squeezes the knees. 20 seconds left now. Long shot for Boquist gets blocked. Hurricanes get it in the neutral zone. Into the offensive zone. Here's Svechnikov. He gets run into by Beecher. Beecher clears it out. And Boston back the other way. Van Riemsdyk spins around, kills the clock. Horn sounds. This one is over. And the Boston Bruins defeat the Carolina Hurricanes in Carolina 4-1. really on a great first period. They went up 3-0 in the first and never really looked back. Carolina did push back as the game went along, but they couldn't really ever get the offense going. And Boston holds on, gets the empty netter at the end to make it 4-1. And that is how this one will finish. So another big win and another 2 points for the Bruins. These two teams play again in 5 days coming up on Tuesday night. So they got a rematch coming up here early next week. And I'm sure that will be a fun game as well. But that is going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I hope you enjoyed the game. Nice win for Boston. So for all of us Bruins fans, we're definitely happy right now. Also, awesome to see Jeremy Swayman play as well as he did tonight, because he has really not had a great stretch the last few weeks. This was his best performance in quite some time. And great to see him get back to his top form for sure. But that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to head off to bed and get ready for work tomorrow. I will be streaming again on Tuesday night next week. Want to let you guys know now, next live stream, Tuesday night, April 9th. Monster game. I'm not doing the Bruins Hurricanes again. Same matchup. They do play Tuesday. I'm not doing them again. Monster game in the Eastern Conference wild card race. Washington Capitals, who need every point that they can get. Detroit Red Wings, who need every point that they can get. Both of those teams right on the bubble. Face off. ESPN national TV game in the United States, Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. That will be my next live stream. Going to be a huge one. So I hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much for all the support from everybody. Really appreciate it. Good night, everybody. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Hopefully I will see you all very, very soon. And yeah, we've got some more streams coming your way as the NHL season comes to a close and we get ready for playoff action. So thank you guys so much again. Have a great night and see you guys all next time. Really, really appreciate all of you.